Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back on the free-to-play account on the test server, and we finally made a match. It took roughly 10 hours before we got a match, but we finally did get a match in here. So this is the Hunting Fields, very similar field to the Abyssal Expedition. Hunter's Honor, these are the loot that you can actually get out of here, so we can collect them up. If you want to buy the premium pass, you can buy the premium pass. I believe it runs $14.99, but ultimately, we're not spending anything in this game any longer, so unfortunately the premium pass is just going to go to waste, but you do get a couple scrolls out of here. I wish the loot was a little bit better, but even getting for heroic, you get 4 scrolls, which I think is pretty disappointing. If you want Stargazer cards, you do have to pay for them. Leaderboard, we can see where a couple of the heroes are at. Now, this is kind of different because it also depends on when you started and when you're going to end. So a little bit different there. We actually started, if you see right down here in the bottom, so similar to the Abyssal Expedition, we have to start by putting in our heroes. Now, you do get a couple options here because these are the Greyborn heroes that I own, which we did look at last night. So we can add Oden in here. And specifically, you're going to put in heroes that you have the best teams for, but ultimately you're also going to make sure, and please make sure that you have some tanks, guys. Early in here, if you are not running any tanks, you will get run over. That's kind of one of the differences from the Abyssal Expedition. Here you build heroes specifically, which we're going to look at in a minute. In the Abyssal Expedition, you build the entire class. So again, it is a little bit different. We can look at the reinforcements. Only 2 heroes may be used from the reinforcement team. So you can see here, these are the heroes that we do have as reinforcements. But I think right now, we might have to grab one of the reinforcements just because of the sheer level that we can use. I know Drez will probably be pretty good in here. And again, this is really to help out. A lot of players came in here when the Hunting Fields was originally released. They didn't have that very many options when it comes to heroes because they were limited on some of the factions. So they did have to rely on some of the heroes here. And you know what? Go with Nemitsu, just for the simple fact that he is support. So looking at my team comps here is I have Silas and I have Nemitsu, even though he's borrowed, but we have 2 support heroes. I have Thorin, I have Grez, I have Damon, definitely some solid tanks. And I will also use Pharrell as a tank, just for the simple fact that we do have him completely maxed out, which is awesome, except for the plus 30 signature item. But there is our heroes. So again, similar to the Abyssal Expedition, you're going to see the enemy formation, the power they're utilizing in here. Now, a lot of times in here, they'll go with less than optimal heroes just to try to save some of the stamina. So very similar to the Abyssal Expedition. You can come in here and you can actually win some of these without having the optimal team, just for the simple fact that you can save some stamina on these heroes. And we're going to go ahead with 3. Fighting in the Hunting Fields requires stamina. Selecting exit or try again will also cause hero to lose some stamina. If you have to restart, you lose 1 stamina in here, guys. But I'm hoping with this team, they're not going to die. And I slow down this or even run it at 2. Make sure we're not going to have any of these heroes die. And I think with this team comp specifically, we could probably use far less than this amount of heroes. But you want to ensure you get 3 stars, because it does give you 3 of the 6 staminas that you just used back. So you get a 50% return as long as you get all 3 of these stars. So continue, there we go. We have a land. Who are we going to garrison here? Anyone who we need to. And that does increase right up here, our little marks. Now, similar, like I was saying earlier to the Abyssal Expedition, you have your relics, but within the relics, you do specifically build heroes, which is very important, guys, because instead of leveling up an entire class, you're going to level up specific heroes to different tiers. I believe they go all the way up to tier 5. So you can look at their skills, but you can look at their abilities. And each one of them does have an exclusive artifact. Now, the exclusive artifact is super powerful, guys. It is honestly probably one of the most powerful things within the Hunting Fields is this exclusive artifact. It will absolutely power up heroes within here. When you're getting relics, you also do have the ability to share relics. So we can move excessive relics to our shared bag. Right now, there is nothing in the shared bag, but once we kill a boss, we can actually pick up stuff out of the shared bag, which will be very helpful. Now, some of the other things here is when you attack a boss, you only get one challenger seal. That is right, guys. You only get one, meaning you only have one single opportunity to attack the boss. If you have two challenger seals, you get two, so on and so forth. But ultimately, when you go in here, you want to make sure that the heroes that you have are more than strong enough to defeat the camp that you're fighting. You do not want to do minimal damage within the camp, because what that is going to result in is a lot more. You're going to need a lot more heroes to go ahead and kill out a camp, which can be devastating. Even looking here at the boss fights, I'm probably going to save Oden and Grez are probably two strong ones with Silas, because we do have him built. Damon could also be a really good one. Looking at Pharrell and looking at Nara, they're usually not two of the boss killers or two of the more productive boss fight heroes. So ultimately, I'm not going to save them, just because we know they're not going to be utilized as much for the boss killing aspect of it, as we're going to see with Grez and Silas and Oden, with the ability to do damage there. So again, we probably could have went with a less of a team there. We'll go ahead, we'll pop a hero in here. And then of course we have the movement tile. Now, when you get a little bit further, these movement tiles will actually be completely free. So you'll see in a little bit that once we start getting, see, this is about the optimal power. You know what, let's go ahead and we'll put Nemitsu in here as well and see if we can do this with 3, because I'm hoping to take out, I'm worried about the taint ability down here. But we got a healing totem up, so not too bad. So optimally, that's kind of what we could go with in here, is running probably 3 heroes, possibly even 1, depending on the movement tiles that you get in here. There we go. So since we have this one, again, little different than the Abyssal Expedition, we don't have to give up the tiles. So these tiles will actually come to a point where they are completely free and you can just continue to move through here. But the first thing you primarily want to do is take the land. Same thing is, because you're getting the resources out of the land that is within here, the first thing you do want to do when you get into the hunting fields is use your stamina, pick up your land. You're going to save a little bit to get some of the relics, because you can actually buy the relics for specific heroes. Me personally, I'm going to level up Grez and hope he does pretty well in here. But as you can see, we're already up to 47 an hour. So we're getting these hunter's marks, 47 hunter marks an hour. Some of these tiles you cannot move to, like right there, that is a non-movement tile. So I'm going to have another way. And then this one is our giant teddy bear. I love the teddy bear. When you're doing damage to him, you do get relics out of here, guys. It is random drops to what you're getting out of here. Every time you hit one of these tier levels, it will actually give you additional ones all the way up to the kill tier, where you do get higher level battles or higher level loot. Once you kill them the first time, they actually come back here, and I believe it spawns here as a second life. Some of these go as a third life, fourth life, all the way moving into the other 2 sections of here, which the map is pretty similar. So there we go. So there's the 3 first bosses you can see right there. This is where we've moved. It looks like, not sure some of these players have come in yet. And this is some of the issues that we deal with when it comes to the hunting fields or even the Abyssal Expedition, is this player came in and joined. This player hasn't attacked or made any movement yet. So ultimately, he is not getting any hunter's marks, or he's not getting them as fast. He's just going to be hanging out through, and hopefully he becomes active. But right now he is just sitting there, not accumulating anything. So sometimes we have the players that do not come in or just AFK for the entire thing. So you lose their entire faction there, which kind of stinks as well. But again, we're going to try to take all 6 of our lands here, which we shouldn't have any problem doing. Got to make sure we don't lose our buddy Nemitsu there. And I love the fact that you can borrow the heroes. I like the garrison hero aspect of it, because it does help out a lot of players if they do not have the optimal teams. You guys can still come in here and can still do very, very well within hunting fields. And again, we could probably run this with 3, especially with Damon, or probably could run it just with Damon. Once we start getting some of the relics built up on Damon, once we get some on Grez, it'll be a lot easier to go ahead and build these up. So now that we're next to the boss, we can actually attack the boss if we want to do. Again, do not attack the boss right now. Pick up all 6 of your camps. Make sure that you build these out, because ultimately you don't want to be wasting all of your stamina on a boss that you don't have really any chance of hitting the first or second tier, just because of how strong the bosses are, guys. It's similar to AE, again, just like how we go into a battle and then we push all the way to the boss. We wait at the boss for a little bit to go ahead and pick up a lot of these. Which again, with the trivial rating, I could probably use other heroes, but test server, we really just do go through here and test this out. There we go, guys. So we have 6 of 6 lands, exactly what we wanted. We have our goals right in here. So we got occupy a camp, and these are shared. So when we do complete these, I believe it does go for everybody when we complete these. So we got to collect hunting marks as a squad, 5 pieces of rare loot as a squad, and then reach tier 2 or higher with any hero as a squad. So essentially, if someone else within my squad does hit this, they can level up the entire, they can level up everybody, which is very cool. So right now we just wait and sit and build up our hunter's marks. That way we can build up Grez. We can request some of the hunter's marks, but I do have enough to build some of these. So we can look through and see exactly which one. HP defense, not too worried about that. HP defense on this one. This one, HP, there is attack, guys. So I'll go method, and we will exchange for it. So I'm actually just going to buy it with the hunter marks I got. Boom, there we go. That gives us our very first relic there, the ceremonial candle, giving him a huge buff, 10.1k attack. We got crit resistance, insight, tenacity, a couple stats stacking on there. So Grez is going to be my primary boss killer. So hopefully when we come back getting 83 an hour, now we move to 3 of our 5 rare loots, we should be able to get this done pretty quick, as long as we save up our stamina and then we can take out this boss. But stamina does not get used on the boss, guys. And the reason I'm saying that is you have to remember stamina does not get used on the boss. It uses your challenger seals. So you can either use your challenger seal, or you can actually send it to the shared bag, or you can send it to somebody else. They can use your challenger seal, but as of right now, we are going to save that because we're going to utilize it for the boss. So saving stamina for the caps, or for the camps, make sure you get 6 right off the bat. Once we get a little bit higher, we will continue to take these. And with the movement tiles, again, make sure you're not using too many movement tiles, because once you get some of the bosses down, once you hit a squad level, I think it might even be the next level, you can actually get these movement tiles. You don't have to attack it. You don't have to burn stamina. You can actually just fill in the movement tiles moving throughout the entire zone, which is super helpful, because then you don't burn all of that stamina. You're saving the stamina when it comes to the formations. All right, guys. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Very stoked to see the hunting fields. It is a mini Abyssal Expedition, is exactly how I've described it before, and that's what it is. So you come in here with 5 people instead of coming in with 70 people, which is absolute insanity when it comes to the AE. But guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.